Nikki Benz, the porn star,
Oh, yeah.
disagreed with your view on women.
Although he has a point, I get it, but I don't agree with it because now he's touching on gender expectations. Because I'm a female, I'm expected to be with one sexual partner forever and ever and ever, and I don't agree with it. And because he's basically low-key slut-shaming any girl that takes power of her sexuality, that takes control. And just because, I can fuck 3 dudes in 1 week and he can fuck 3 girls in 1 week or whatnot, why is he better than me?
Poor girl. Poor girl. I felt sorry for her. I didn't even watch the whole interview, but I could tell it hurt her in here. I mean, what you want me to say, man?
What do you think about porn stars?
What do I think about porn stars?
Yeah.
They're people that fuck for money on camera. That's what they do.
Yeah.
That's what I think they do. What do I think it takes for someone to get to that point to do that? A whole lot, especially for the females.
Most of the females that I've interviewed have had very traumatic lives.
Mm-hmm.
First time I ever had sex, I was 6. It's
6.
deep. It's deep.
Family member?
Yeah, absolutely. Who is deceased now, of course.
Who is deceased?
Uh-huh.
So how many different foster parents did you have?
47.
47.
Mm-hmm.
You knew that number right off the top of your head, too.
Mm-hmm.
There was another one that I talked to.
I'm sure they all got a story.
Yeah.
Or they wouldn't be there. Okay. So now, what was Homegirl's point that she was trying to make? That I'm slut shaming or some shit like that? See, here's the thing, man. I think I might have said this before. Shame is needed. Did you ever hear the term to shame the devil?
No. Well, it sounds a little bit
You
familiar.
ever heard the term shame the devil?
Sounds kind of familiar.
All right,
But not something that I've heard throughout my life.
All right, well, it's a more something that in black culture, you know what I mean, you would hear that.
Okay. And what does it mean?
It means to tell the truth and embarrass the devil, bring him out in the light and show him what he is for who he is.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
What would be an example of shaming the devil? Give me just a non-related example.
Exposing America for its fucking underpinnings, shit like that, or even some, let's say, record companies or some shit. An artist fucking exposed the record companies for fucking
Stealing money from them.
whatever the fuck, and just standing up to them. And I'm gonna fucking shame the devil. I'm gonna call him out on his fucking bullshit.
Okay.
It's only the devil who don't want to be shamed.
Right. If you got nothing to hide, you ain't tripping. Like, go ahead.
So all of this term of there's no shame in my game, this is what has helped to fuck up the fabric of society by taking away shame.
Mm-hmm. You feel that there should be shame in society.
Absolutely. Shame is a necessary deterrent from doing some dumb shit.
Right. I ain't gonna do this.
Because it's gonna be embarrassing socially to me.
Right.
If I do it.
Right. If I pull my penis out right now in the room for no reason,
I'm gonna be talking shit about you, Vlad, for the Yo, this nigga did some crazy shit. I'm gonna make you feel so fucking stupid that you'll never want to do that shit again.
Right.
But now your defense is, oh, he's penis shaming. He tried to penis shame me. I pulled my dick out and he tried to shame me. Of course I did, because pulling your dick out in a fucking room with men is some stupid shit.
Right.
Okay? So, all of this, you're shaming me. A lot of shit is shameful out here. A lot of shit is shameful and people need to be shamed.
So when you hear the term slut shaming,
slut walks and all that
Slut
dumb
walk.
shit.
Amber Rose just had her slut walk.
Exactly. Like you're trying to, again, normalize some abnormal shit. You're trying to make something dysfunctional functional.
There was this this Instagram photo that I saw posted, and it was like two girls and a guy, and like the girls had like signs like "My body, my choice," and the guy had a sign that said "My anus, my choice."
Man, I gotta light this L, man. You killing me right now. Go ahead. I'm gonna christen your fucking offices right now. Continue.
It's an interesting conversation because at the end of the day, you could decide what it is that you want to do.
Right.
And you could decide whether you want to do it privately or you want to
Let everybody know.
let the world know that you bought that life. Bruce Jenner was private with his
desires and
desires
aspirations
to look like a woman, and was even, I remember watching you watched the special, how when he felt he was caught going into the plastic surgeon's office when he got his Adam's apple removed, that he thought he considered suicide because he felt ashamed. But he worked through it, and now he let the world know that he's Caitlyn Jenner. Shame in society. Do you have to have shame? Yeah, I do think you need to have a certain amount of shame.
Or where do you draw the line with things if you don't?
Right, there is no line.
There is no line without shame.
Right, it's lineless.
So shame is necessary in order to enforce certain social customs and norms.
Right. For example.
Not abnormalities, but norms.
Okay, so let's go a different direction with it. Mm-hmm. Do you think it's shameful to be an ex-con?
They'd like you to feel shameful for being that. And I think some people do feel shame. I don't think it should be shameful to be an ex-con, no, but society makes it feel shameful. And They have no problem shaming an ex-con. But now it's a slut and all this other shit. Now you can't shame sluts out here who choose to get fucked by 5 guys at once, videos where they're literally covered in fucking, man gravy.
Man gravy? I've never heard that.
And it's like,
Okay.
you're gonna act like that's cool. Like, if that's what I want to do, that's what I want to do. And that part is true.
That's what you want.
But if you want to do that, know that there's gonna be people out there talking shit about you, saying that's a nasty, that's a nasty whore. You're not somebody that nobody wants to marry. Anybody with any kind of right mind, Some motherfucker will act like, oh yeah, I want to marry you. I'll make you my fiance. He'll wring all the pussy out of you, and now he's out. Like, come on. How many successful marriages really? I'm sure there's a handful because there's always an exception to the rule.
Always.
But on the most part, don't nobody want to wife you. They just want to fuck you. And if you're happy with that, if you like it, I love it.
Yep. Most porn stars don't end up getting married. They do have problems even after they stop doing porn. I know a porn girl who I believe was like in her 30s, and she was dating a guy, and then one of his homies pointed at, pulled him aside and said, "Hey, here is her."
And this could be years down the road. You got beat out for posterity, like motherfuckers generations down the road could be beaten off to you. Like, I'm into old 90s porn. you know, and there goes grandma, you know.
Yep, there goes grandma.
Your grandma. Come on. You know that's how it be. But we're not, but we're supposed to say, no, but that's a good thing. Of course you're a human being and all that at the end of the day. Don't get me wrong. Like, we still love you as a person, because I feel sorry for you that you were even put in this position that you had to do this shit. You know what I mean? Like you shouldn't even been put in that position. So society shouldn't be so obsessed with sex that it fucking drives a certain portion of its women into the sex trade, whether it be stripping, porn, whatever the fuck the case may be. But this is a fucking sex hungry country. So people are enticed into the sex trade and all of that type of shit. And especially people who have, you know, unstable families and all that type of shit. And so this is why they make instability in, you know, poor homes. Back in the days, you can't get welfare and all of that type of shit, like if the man is in the home and all that type of shit. That's why they was, you know,
Yeah.
got movies where they was hiding the man and all this type of shit. So anyway, so I feel sorry for them as people. But do I agree with your lifestyle? Absolutely not. Does any man want his daughter to grow up and be a porn star? Is that something to aspire to? Only a sick individual would be like, yeah, I want my daughter to grow up and be a porn star. I want her to fuck as much dudes on camera as possible.
I want her to be the next Jenna Jameson.
Get that bread, buy me a house with that money, all of that. Like, who the fuck would say that?
To be honest, I've seen a lot of parents pimp their kids.
And this is
seen
sad.
I've seen it.
I mean, the
I've seen it
Kardashians
firsthand.
are doing it right now.
Yeah.
Mama Kardashian's doing it right now.
Yeah. I mean, you could almost say it about Birdman and Lil Wayne. Father-son relationship.
Right, but we talking about porn. You know?
Kind of the
We
same.
talking about like straight porn. People who have never had children can't understand until they have children the attachment that you have to your kids, and especially a man to his daughter.
Yeah, because you have a son and a daughter.
I have a son and a daughter.
Is your relationship with your daughter a lot different than the relationship with your son?
Of course, because boy and girl, man and women are different. You know what I mean?
What is the biggest difference in your relationship with your daughter?
Just how I approach, you know what I mean? Just how I approach her and deal with her. It's just differently, you know what I mean? That's all I could say. Like, men are like straight lines, women are like circles, you know? And you gotta like understand the geometry of life and go according to such.
Are you more protective of your daughter than your son?
Absolutely.
Okay. And that's not an age thing. Because your son is
That's a age/gender thing.
Okay. So if your son and daughter were the exact same age, you'd be a lot more protective of your daughter.
Yep.
So that means that you'd be a lot more involved in her decisions? Whereas your son, you kind of like, all right, you've kind of figured out.
It's like you guide the seeds. You don't just let them run wild. You know what I mean? But at the same time, if your son at 16 was getting some pussy, you're not going to necessarily be mad.
Right.
You see? But if your daughter is out there doing that, you're going to be ready to kill up the whole town. You know what I mean? So it's just different, man. It's just different.
So you allow a greater amount of sexual promiscuity with your son.
First of all, promiscuity is not good for anybody. You know
Sexual
what I mean?
activity.
What I'm saying is, psychologically, this is not about what my rules and all of that are. This is about how a man, I think, would traditionally look at this particular subject that we're talking about. Because if he got a son and a daughter, he's going to be more, sexually protective, I don't know what you call it, of the daughter than the son. Okay. Because he remembers being a young boy and having those, feelings and there's a part of you that's like wants your son to get some, let's get some pussy.
How old is your son?
He's 22 now.
Your son is 22.
Yeah.
Your son comes home tonight and says, Dad, I'm a male porn star. I'm shooting all next week. I got shoots lined up all 7 days.
Now I'm going to feel another protectiveness because that ain't cool. That's some other shit right there. Like, nah, I ain't feeling that. I ain't feeling that at all.
He said, Dad, I'm going to be the next John Holmes.
Nah, no, you're not.
Next Ron Jeremy.
No, you're not.
So you're just going to shut it down.
That ain't happening.
Period.
You gonna do first of all, he wouldn't do no.
I'm not talking about your son in particular. I'm talking about the idea of
hypothetically. Nah, that ain't happening. You better go figure something else out. But that ain't the one.
Well, Dad, I'm 22, so you're entitled to your opinion, but I'm gonna go shoot.
All right, go shoot, and just know I love you, but I'm not fucking with you.
So you disown him.
I mean, whatever I'm not fucking with you means. If you're gonna do that and disgrace the family and all that type of shit and just do some selfish shit and not give a fuck about nobody but yourself, that's what you're telling me? That's what you're gonna do? After all the shit I did for you, I'm telling you, don't do this. Now you gonna go ahead and do that shit?
Dad, I appreciate everything you've done for me, and I love you, but listen, I feel I have a gift for this.
A word.
That women have been telling me my whole life that I should be a male porn star, and I finally realized that, that's what I should be doing. And I went, and these companies just booked me, and I'm getting $10,000 to shoot. I'm gonna make $100,000 over the next 10 days. I'm gonna make $100,000.
Nigga, it ain't nothing new under the sun. Okay, they told me the same shit too. I didn't fall for it. Okay, you want to be a porn star in your own private life, in your own crib, that's cool. But once it goes to all of this video shit and all of that, but listen, I'm not going to even argue with you about this, son. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to keep going into this shit. If you don't get it, that's on you. I love you, but I'm not fucking with you. I'm not going to support you doing some negative shit. You know what I mean? So, more power to you. Like,
you said it was shame.
Don't ask for a Metro card to go to the audition. Nothing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, not fucking with you.
Okay. You said it was shame the family.
Absolutely.
So you
porn star in your family?
What if he called himself like Lord Jamar or something like that? Like, what I'm saying?
Yo, don't fucking name yourself after me.
Because now that you mentioned it, that's exactly what happened to who?
To who?
Who did that happen to?
Oh, Fishburne.
Lawrence Fishburne. He had his daughter come out and said, my name is Montana, not just Montana, not Montana Love or, Montana Monroe. I am Montana Fishburne. Yes, that Fishburne.
Ouch. I know. This shit came in slow motion.
So
I know that nigga. Yeah, you're supposed to hear that. Whatever fucking happened, that's how it sounded when the shit hit his fucking heart.
As a father with a daughter.
See, I don't even like mentally,
okay, all right.
even hypothetically going there, Vlad.
Right.
Like, seriously.
Fair enough.
That shit ain't gonna happen.
Okay,
like, I'm here.
So that's exactly what happened, though. Montana Fishburne came out and said, I am the daughter of this guy that y'all have seen in a whole bunch of fucking movies. Deep Cover is one of my favorite movies. That's the first thing I thought. I was like, the Deep Cover guy? Boom, yeah, the Deep Cover guy. That's his daughter. It made you want to go check it out. Like, Okay. This is definitely a marketing ploy that's gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But that's not embarrassing to a family?
yeah. I mean, he said he was embarrassed. And
Right.
what he said was...
And wouldn't you be embarrassed if you had a porn star in your family?
Well, hold on. He said that, like, if you decide to do it, why would you use the Fishburne name? Out of all the names you could choose, why use the Fishburne name?
Because that's why they pulled her in the first place. Because the motherfuckers who was the producers is trying to get as much money out of that shit as they can.
I know exactly who it was. It was Brian Pumper.
Yeah, well, and he knew that was Laurence Fishburne's daughter. I'm sure.
100%.
So he's like, "You're gonna be Montana Fishburne." You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because
That
they're gonna
was
be
probably
like,
his
Fishburne,
idea.
of course.
I mean, I know.
Fishburne, hell yeah.
I definitely know Brian Pumper. That's
Your
exactly
pops
what
was
happened.
in motherfucking The Matrix.
The Matrix. Oh, that was low.
Come on, B.
Wow, one of the biggest
That's
franchises.
Morpheus.
That's Morpheus. That's Morpheus' daughter fucking right there.
They could have did a whole.
They could have. We were thinking the same thing. This is what happens when you smoke weed and do these type of interviews. They could have dressed up. They could have
the red pill, the blue. Red condom, blue condom. Oh shit,
man! They definitely did not shoot for the fences with that.
They might do it now and shit. They was high in their own selves and didn't think of it. Now they're like, oh shit, that's a good idea, Montana. Get your ass over here. But nah, that's fucked up, man. I like Laurence Fishburne as an actor and all of that, and I would be, horrified, mortified, whatever fied that a motherfucker could be. That's what the fuck I would be. You know what I mean? So, back to all this slut shaming and all that bullshit. What was the broad's name?
Nikki Benz.
I mean, only a hit dog hollers. You heard? So, she heard some shit that kind of, keep touching the shit. She heard some shit that felt her, made her feel some type of way, and, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
I'm not the back down type though, you know what I'm saying? Like, he started talking this shit. I was on an aisle hook. He like, yo, you disrespecting Freddie. I'm like, so? One of them niggas smacked me with the gun from the back.
The challenges we face from Houston, from Texas in hip hop, man ain't even worry about Slim G's, Iggy Azalea, man ain't worry about none of that, man. We got our own world going on of things that's way more crucial to us and to our Texas hip hop culture